I'm Dave, National Sprint Association, and we're just going to show you around some of the bikes we have on our stand here at Shepton Mallet. The one in front of us is a Kawasaki KH500, which has had a lot of modifications. It is much lowered, it's lengthened, there's different cylinder heads, different cylinders, and all sorts of modifications to make it quite a bit quicker than the standard bike, which is rapid for a road bike anyway.
Yeah, it's a 75 H1500. I bought the frame about 5 years ago now, slowly rebuilt it into what it is now. It's been a drag bike since the sort of late 80s. It was built by a drag racer called Martin Bishop, and then it was campaigned for a few years and then shelved, so it's back to life.
Lovely, well thank you ever so much, and again, without more messing around, we've got some more different ones. Lovely, thank you very much.
Next we have a GSX 1100 Suzuki, which has been taken out to 1425. It's got a much lengthened swinging arm, highly modified engine, a different fuel system, and a nitrous system to give it a bit more go at the top end of the track. Here we have a replica of a Benelli 4. This was built in about 1980. It's 500cc, a replica of a Grand Prix bike. And this has been built over the years, partially built in about 1980 and finished in the last 12 months, and now running and very noisy.
There we go, another lovely sound to that cacophony of noise.
This Honda is based on a CB250 RS road bike. This has had various modifications, initially built for hill climbing, and very light, affordable, easy to build bike, and an ideal starting bike for either hill climbs or sprints. Over on the stand up here, we have a development of a BSA Bantam. This was built by the Hogan brothers sometime in the late 50s. The Hogan brothers were people who built very fast racing Bantams, 125s. This is a 250 twin. They got two Bantam engines and split them down the middle and welded it back together and made a 250 twin. They chopped the gearbox off and put a different BSA gearbox on there. And it's a very long inlet tracks, which don't normally work on this 125, but very interesting and a unique machine. Here we have a Villiers-based bike. It's PB Villiers. It was used in the Isle of Man for various race circuits, and it's a very interesting machine, but unfortunately somewhat outclassed in its day by the Yamahas coming along. Unfortunately, at the moment, the classic classes they allow them, but it's not a suitable class for it to be competitive. It's a Velocet MAC 350. This started out life as a road bike, all sorts of modifications, lightened a lot, all sorts of Velocet bits mainly, reached the end of its development, and a very interesting bike, much lighter than a standard MAC, and a good classic bike to ride. This is a 4-valve Rudge from the 30s. There weren't very many 4-valve bikes at all during the 30s. The Rudge was particularly good, and they were quite powerful and very successful in the Isle of Man some years ago. And this is a nicely used example of something that's not been mollycoddled and it's been used properly. This began life as a Honda Blackbird. This has been modified a lot. Longer swinging arm, nitrous system, and quite a budget open class racer. The Honda Blackbird we were looking at just now is owned by Paul Taylor, who is the father of this Grieve Silverstone owner. The Grieve Silverstone was a racer that anyone could buy back in the 60s and into the 70s, and is a very popular over-the-counter race bike. The next one, this scooter, is owned by the son of the Greaves owner, for Jack Taylor, who has been sprinting a couple of years now and has just moved up a class from the basic class, which is this one, which we start people at 8 years old. So we've got the two sons, father and grandfather in a row. This engine is a Jawa-based Speedway engine originally. It's now got a supercharger on it. It runs on methanol, and this sort of machine is a very fussy thing to use. Very powerful, but very, very difficult to maintain and keep running properly. As you can see, it's quite low, it's long. We've got some bars on the back to stop it going over backwards, and not for the faint-hearted or the inexperienced. This is a sledgehammer. Alex just asked me about the power of this bike, and I had to tell him that normally these won't go on a dyno because the engine won't last long enough, it'll get overheated, so we never know really what the power of any bike is. So that's a look around the stand and the sort of bikes that we use. We do use other types of bikes, sometimes normal road bikes. If you'd like to know more, please look on our website. Everybody is welcome. You can come and try us on a day licence and have a day entry.